here in Southern California at UFC 298 Media Day with the former double champ, the former Olympic champ.
Yes.
Many championships, gold medals, the whole deal.
Yes.
Right? And I want to ask you, Henry, Southern California, you're from here, right? You were born in LA, and you had the biggest victory of your career just a few miles down the road, right? At Staples Center against Demetrius Johnson, you won the flyweight title. Any significance to being back here in SoCal for this fight against Merab?
Not really. Because competition is competition. So whether it's in China, where I won the Olympics, or it's in the United States, I got to go out there and I got to compete. But it does mean a lot to me. I mean, you do bring that up. I think it'll be a motivator. But obviously, Merab's on an 8-fight win streak. I know where he's, what he wants to do. So, but I don't know. I just think time's on my side on this one.
Okay, so I have to ask you about this video that, I mean, it's like, I feel like all of MMA is talking about this on social media, including the guy in the main event, Alexander Volkanovski, talking about you, your coach, Captain Eric Albarracin. You guys have been together since you were a kid, right? Since you were a teenager in the Olympics, and you fired this man on camera. That was real. I know you're trying to play it off like it wasn't real, but that was real. Was it not?
Got him. You kidding me, dude?
That was real. That was a shoot. I've gone through acting school. So has Captain Eric. I was actually supposed to start doing the WWE prior to this, but nah, man. You cannot have Phil Jackson. You cannot have Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson. Captain Eric's is close. He's a closer to me. He's like a brother, and even though we did not do our camp together, we're in contact through the phone and going over the game plan and things of that nature. I brought in Memo Torres from Mexico. I brought in Josh Kramer, All-American, same weight. So just getting those repetitions. Obviously, my brother was a big part of it too. So tell me about your camp actually, because you still did it in Arizona where you live at Fight Ready, but Eddie Shaw wasn't part of your camp. The guys at Fight Ready, Captain Eric was not part of your camp. So what was your camp like, and why the change now? At this stage in your career? Yeah,
I just think a lot of people have a lot of good things, and I just wanted to really just hammer down, just get into the details, not having too many chefs in the kitchen. And they're the next fight it could change. Next fight could change too. Bring them back, or depending on who is it that we're actually fighting. So it's not necessarily like a firing for anybody. It's just more of you picking that cocktail. I think with Captain Eric having Prisha Pitbull, who fights in Saudi Arabia next week, and obviously Paulo on this card, and they're both in Brazil. Obviously, they're super connected with him, which is like, what, shoot down there and train. Go out there, Captain. I think we're good on this one. I think we know exactly where, where is it that we want to take it, and I think, we all know Merab's going to come and wrestle and crotch sniff.
So you saw Captain Eric here at the hotel in Anaheim.
Well, let's bring him in here, man. What's up?
Should we bring him in?
Let's bring him in. Come on, Mr. Secret Juice.
But that was the first time you saw him since that video, correct?
Of course. What'd you think?
Here he comes.
The greatest combat coach of all time.
Be addicted to your passions, not your distractions. Let's get down to business.
He did you a little dirty, did he not?
This man is a businessman. He's passionate about winning. I'm passionate about winning. I understand, and I had some world title fights to go after as well. So. Like I said, it's like a Shakespeare play, romance, breakup, and then we're back together.
It's Valentine's Day. Romeo and Juliet. Here we are. Right here.
And Juliet.
But no, I will say when I saw that you guys were together back here at the hotel, and I think you got your sweatsuit, right? I'm happy to see him back with Team Cejudo because you guys have been together for so long.
He's always rocking. He's telling about it, dude. Since
he's got a secret juice axe. He's with Paulo Costa also this week.
Broad Street Global in the 6 weeks. I went down there, got a house, started bringing Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and Dagestan fighters to Brazil, Mongolians, and we're building it up to have like a UFC PI down there, where anybody that is world class is I'm building the next Triple C. That's the idea. There's only one Triple C, but I'm gonna try hard to find another one.
Fair enough. I'm gonna now ask you to leave this interview the way that he asked you to leave. I'm just playing with you. It's good to see you, Captain Eric, and I'm really glad to see you back with Henry here. I want to ask you about Merab Dvalishvili because if you look at Merab, what is his biggest strength in fighting? It's wrestling. You're an Olympic champion. How is he going to use those skills against you, someone who has that background in Olympic wrestling?
Yeah, but his biggest strength is not even wrestling. It's him understanding his threshold. Him knowing his pace and how is it that he could keep that pace when the other people are fatiguing. because he will take his little rest period. So you have to understand that. I like this fight. I think the fact that, you know, I lost to Aljo, he's going to be in his corner. I like it. I mean, you know, this is a fight not just based on wrestling, because I wrestled him. I'm gonna wrestle him back. Like, it's not I'm just gonna defend him. It's like, no, you better watch your legs too, because I know I'm quicker. So it's gonna be a fight that's gonna be entertaining. But I'm looking to put him out either way.
Two last things, Henry, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Happy to see Captain Eric is back. So
you still don't believe us, huh?
Believe what? I mean, you're back together. That's all that matters, right? The reuniting of these guys.
Yeah, but you know, it's fucking crazy that all these people, it's Volkanovski, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. I don't even want to disgrace shit that much. But whatever, it is what it is.
Do you take that personally? What he said?
Nah, because you know how much shit I've talked to. I don't take any of that stuff because I can give it, but I could also take it.
I think people don't know the relationship that you guys have, that you and Captain Eric have. You guys are like this. I mean, right.
Captain's he's the best man. He's my best man.
Yeah. You know? I just wanted to ask you one last thing.
Whenever it is that I have a wedding, but he's my best man.
Are you actually not? You're not married?
No, I'm married.
Yeah,
I'm married, but we didn't have like official to kind of do the whole thing.
Jesus,
anyways,
Valentine's Day it's all going down the hill right now. UFC 300. There's no main event yet, so I want to ask you if you could pick any matchup. Active fighter, past fighter, retired fighter, to main event the biggest card in UFC history, UFC 300. Who would be that matchup?
You talking about for me or just in
you?
general?
I want you to give your fantasy. If you could pick anybody, what would be your fantasy matchup for UFC 300 for the main event?
I think me against Ronda Rousey. I think, yeah, of course, man.
Why?
Equal rights, equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like
what are we talking about?
Let's see who the best 135 pounder.
Let's
bring it to the intergender world title on the line. Ronda Rousey, I want a piece of you. UFC 300, come out of retirement, stop dodging.
I don't think I've ever regretted asking a question more than one.
Well, you asked.
And I got booed for asking about COVID, and I regret this a lot more than that. But, Henry, it's always great talking to you. I'm glad to see you back with Captain Eric, and I wish you the best against Merab on Saturday, 298. It should be a really good one.
Yeah, real last thing, man. Who's taller? He's self-proclaimed
we know
5'6".
that I'm taller.
And I think,
you just called out Ronda Rousey, and you're talking about the height now. Come on, this guy.
Very short.
Wow. All right, he's right. Bisbing is right about that. What are we even fighting about?
Thanks, Marc. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Henry.